It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Broncos and the Jags on Monday Night Prime Time.
Smack dab in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis. And CD are for each of their respective offenses. Teddy Bridgewater of the Broncos, Trevor Lawrence of the Jags.
And Brandon, I think each one might be trying to play some form of keep away from the other, because when you think about time of possession and what that means in a game, it's great if you're able to hold on to the football and run your offense at your pace. And it also helps to keep the other guy's offense on the sideline. That's your goal for the game.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A huge play there right off the bat. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did, because he was on the run. Normally, when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Finds the open target, Arnold.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people just like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, step it back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Hey, Sam off!
Lawrence going to give this to Robinson, draw play. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Open man right side is Shark. And he will be very close to a first down, but and that means 4th down. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down. And he's had great protection back there to throw, really been able to survey from the pocket.
That means the jersey stays clean, so the dry cleaning bill, that's reduced. It also means the trainer doesn't have to deal with him because he's not getting hit. Also means that he's able to find targets downfield at his leisure. That allows him to be really accurate.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
I've always loved Teddy Bridgewater. A lot of people have underrated him throughout his career. Remember, this is a guy who's battled back from a horrendous knee injury to find his way back as a starter in this league. More than capable right arm, tremendous leader. This guy knows how to make plays in the clutch.
First down, Bridgewater. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Bridgewater. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Dwayne Smoot. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and the other, and they just locked people down.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Here's 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Now he's flushed out right, and he will not make it down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, that every guy caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Lawrence will throw. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dan Arnold, 26 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Now for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. On the return is Spencer. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he's got Rome fighting his way through contact. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Dwayne Smoot able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whip that might provide a psychological boost. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
To the air again with Bridgewater. Over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Bridgewater to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick there to make the grab. And the Broncos are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And we peek at some of his work from this game where he's nearing 100 yards.
And haven't we gotten pretty close in this game nowadays in the NFL to almost taking labels off of the tight end position? These guys now can be the #1 option in an offense, and that never used to be the case. So now how do you even match up with them? Cornerback, safety, linebacker, all three will have deficiencies against the best tight ends in the game.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Second down and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Denver. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. On the return is Spencer. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too. Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 50 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Patrick. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far in this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come there.
To throw is Bridgewater. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, it's Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback. And he hits a big one right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They run. Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 2nd and 8. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 15-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there's a run with good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Robinson. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Right there, Chenault for the Jacksonville touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Spencer. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go.
So now Bridgewater and the Broncos down 17-14. A minute 46 to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Bridgewater to throw. He's got Gordon. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's a 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. Here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football if hit it.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Bridgewater. Finding Sutton. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Robinson, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return is Spencer. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. They're going into final play of this game. They knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.